thank you for watching ASFN. Thank you to everybody that's subscribed already. If you haven't subscribed yet, we've got over close to 1,700 videos now on our channel. So please subscribe and hit that little bell button to get notified every time we upload a video. ASFN Fishing is all about creating educational and instructional content that will help you get better results and can be applied to most facets of fishing. We do cover the main four facets: shore salt, offshore salt, bass, carp angling, and going forward we'll add some additional facets. We'll even do a bit of fly fishing in between and maybe some tiger fishing going forward, but we cover it all. So make sure you subscribe to our channel and make sure you hit that little notification button. If you like the videos, please like them. It really helps us. So today what I'm doing is the next shad trays, or tailor as known in Australia, as well as bluefish in America. Now, to catch them, a very effective way, and my preferred method, which I use 90% of the time, is called a drift bait. Very similar to using a spoon, just much slower, using a whole sardine as bait. Alright, so you're still going to do a steel tray. So what we're going to need: 0.55 ultra green Maxima, a little sinker which I'll screw out to use as a little sliding sinker in front of my trays to add a bit of additional weight for casting purpose. Then the steel tray. So for that we'll need number 7 piano wire from American Fishing Wire, and some power swivels, and then a hook of your choice: the ring soy, I use number 5, or the chino. This is a 3/0 or 5/0 ring soy, 3/0, and you can use up to a 5/0 on that. Alright, then I've also got a little 1/0, the good old-fashioned Kendall rounds. That's the Mustad 4826 TD, and that will be my carrying hook for the sardine or my bait. That will carry it through its mouth, both bottom and upper lip, to keep the mouth closed, and just hold your bait nicely onto the tray. So let's start the trays. Take the number 5 piano wire. I'm going to take some off, and I use this little pin just to make the little circle I use to keep my trays neat. Because using the haywire twist, you're going to work on both of them being 90 degrees, so in other words 45-45, that being the straight line in the middle of them. Alright, and that's how I'm going to attach my hooks and my swivels. So let's start with the bottom hook. And this one I'm going to use a ring soy 5/0. And this is my main hook. You can use more than one, I'll explain that a bit later. But this is my main hook to actually hook the shad or tailor. I'm just going to cut enough off so it doesn't hinder me to do the haywire twist. Okay. Alright. My tag end's a bit long. You can make it shorter. You don't need as much if you want to save a bit on the piano wire. And then I use long nose pliers just to grab that little circle nicely, and you start your twist. You can do whatever makes you feel comfortable. On the shad, 4 or 5 is more than enough, and then you end up taking it in straight, so it ends up straight, so you can do the close knit winds, just about 3 or 4 of them to neaten off the knot. Okay, very simple, and then you just form a little bit of a handle there so you can twist it off. So there's no tag there, it turns it off quite nicely. So that's my main hook, it's attached. Alright, now guys, just for the high wire twist, to let you know, on the back of the packets of American Fishing Wire, it shows you exactly how to do a haywire twist. Alright, okay, now for the second part, I want to measure. Let's call this the sardine, where I want my carrying hook. So I want this, if that's a sardine, this hook to sit a bit from the tail. This is the thin part from the body, and the tail will follow. So I want my hook to sit there and call this the head. So I want the carrying hook to come to about there. So that still leaves my next little place where I will make my knot there. Again, I'll just make my little 45 loop. Nice little neat loop. And then what you do, you take your swivel, power swivel in this case, add that in there, and then my carrying hook goes together with that. This is the hook that will carry the bait. That's the wrong way around, I want it the other way around. So that when I level it, it will carry my sardine. And this will sit in the back. This goes through the whole mouth in between the eyes and holds the sardine. And that goes in the back, and then you need much less cotton to actually cotton it up. But this also keeps it nice and straight and in line to keep your bait neat and more natural for a shad to actually take it. Alright, then what you do, again just grab it with the long nose pliers, I'll twist it 4 to 5 times, 3, 4, and in the fifth one I go straight, and then nice and tight, finishing off the knot with the tag end. Turn the tag off, and there you have your trace. Okay, now on that, to make the final trace, I tie 40 centimeters, 50 centimeters, doesn't really matter, of 0.55. Just use a figure of 8. Cut my tag ends. Take that at 50 to make a knot. Then I slide on the big part first of the sinker. So you want it to be streamlined when you pull this through the water. Now you can add, guys, you can add a bead at the bottom of that because your sinker will hit the knot. So it's advisable to add a bead for that purpose, that it doesn't damage your knot in the process of sliding up and down as you cast. So I'm going to just take a little green bead and I'm going to add that before I add the sinker. Now the sinker, as you can see, will hit the bead, not your knot. It puts a bit of a shock between the sinker and your knot, so that your knot doesn't take the hammering of the sinker hitting it the whole time. Then you'll take another power swivel and just finish the whole thing off. So your sinker is limited to where it can slide to. You can do this straight on your leader line, you don't need this, but for having ready-made traces nicely folded in your bag, this is ideal, sinker already on. So all you're going to do, you're just going to tie this to your leader line and you for away. Okay, that's the whole trace, guys. Okay, and how that will work is you'll pretty much hook your sardine on, bury this just in front of the tail, the thin part of the tail, into the thicker part of the body. You'll wrap it 10 or 11 times, not much, just to hold your sardine nicely, and you'll be casting it out like a spoon, and slowly just keep the slack up so that your line doesn't go slack. Slowly bring it through. Probably the most effective way off points in deeper water by far. And if you've got a hole off the beach where it's nice deep water and you don't have to cast 100 meters, this works perfectly as well. Even if you do have to cast 100 meters using 11-foot 6-power spin daiwa, you'll reach 100 meters with this on 20-pound braid. But guys, also keep in mind in a towel, all these points where the shad come out in the shad run, there's forever tangles, there's a lot of anglers. It becomes a mess. This is the quickest in and out way for you to get, if you're there to get your 4 shad for eating purposes or for live bait purposes. It's a quick in and out. You cast. If it didn't take your sardine off, you don't even have to replace. If it just took the tail part, you cast it again and on with another one. So it's really the fastest and most effective way to catch shad, especially where there's a few anglers. If there's no anglers on the spot and there's shad around, you can try it. And if the bite's slow, switch to a normal trace with a bung, or without a bung, but with a sinker where you can leave it and wait for the shad to bite it. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. And guys, remember to subscribe and remember to hit the bell button. And I hope you guys are all coping well with the family in the lockdown. And we're counting those days off. It's getting closer, getting closer. We just missed a bit of a springtide, but that's okay. We'll have, all of us have got quite a few memories and some things to keep us busy with fishing related. And I'm sure everybody is very excited for that day that we can fish again. Thanks for watching.